If you're a proud owner of the Oculus Quest 2, continue watching this video as I'm going to go through pretty much all the essential tips and tricks, as well as some additional features that every Quest 2 owner must know. Let's get started. If you're upgrading from the Oculus Quest 1 to the Oculus Quest 2, and you want to know how you can back up your files and transfer the game save to your new Quest 2 headset, skip to this part of the video. I'm going to leave this part at the very end because it takes a little bit longer to explain. But besides that, let's begin the video. So a new change for the Oculus Quest 2 is the IPD Adjuster. It no longer is using a manual slider underneath the Quest like how it used to on the first generation headset. Now you only have these three choices to choose from, and the size between these three choices is labeled right there below the screen. Now, if you're one of the few people that meet dead on in the middle between those numbers, if you slowly adjust and move the IPD adjuster, you could actually squeeze it right there in the middle. So if you have a hard time finding that perfect alignment, it's good to know that you can actually move it ever so slowly. You could lock it in right there in the middle. Now the Oculus Quest 2 made the movement from an OLED display to an LCD display, and in my opinion, it's freaking awesome. It doesn't alter the gaming experience whatsoever. But because of this, Oculus was able to allow the frame rate to be slightly higher. Now by default, your headset, if you haven't yet adjusted anything, you have to manually go in and enable 90 Hz to really take advantage of the new refresh rate. So to enable this, just simply click on the cog icon or gear icon, whatever you like to call it. Go down to experimental features. Right below here is where you see the 90 Hz refresh rate. Now keep in mind, it will require you to not only reset the headset, but also, as the time making this video, there's very few games that support this. But in the near future, more games will support 90 Hz. But until then, it still doesn't hurt to go ahead and enable this feature. So let the headset reset, let it do its thing, and that's how you unlock a free feature, I guess. Honestly, it should have been enabled by default. In addition to that, pass-through mode is a new feature that was added originally on the Quest 1, but I think has been perfected on the Quest 2. And what this basically allows you to do is you could tap either the right side or the left side of the headset, just like so, and this will allow you to toggle through the external cameras. So you actually see everything what the cameras will see in the display of the headset. This is extremely useful, especially in those situations when you hear your phone ringing or someone saying your name across the room, or maybe you wandered off too much from the grid. Just by simply tapping on the side, allows you to see through the cameras so you can make your way back safely in the Guardian play zone. To go ahead and enable this, it's really easy. All right, so back on the gear icon, just go down to experimental features, scroll down to pass-through shortcut. Go ahead and enable this, and it plays like a little video tutorial on how it works. So again, just tap on either the left or the right side. There's no button, it like uses like the cameras to detect this. But when you do that, just like so. Now hand tracking is another awesome new innovation about the Quest 2. Also available on the Quest 1, but has been perfected on the 2. And the basics to hand tracking is really this. Go to all applications, scroll down to where you see hands. Just go ahead and launch this. And this is where you'll see the menu to enabled. Go ahead and enable hands. It's gonna play like a little video tutorial. So place your touch controllers, move them aside somewhere where you won't accidentally step on them or damage them. Put your hands literally right in front of the screen, and basically it highlights your hands right here. So anything that the Oculus cameras will see, it'll track your fingers. So a pinch like so will allow you to select certain things, and to scroll, just pinch and scroll. And then to activate the Oculus Quest menu, just flip your hand up like so, and then just flip your palm up and look at it until it highlights blue, and then just do a little pinch. And that's how you activate the Oculus home menu. There's a couple of games that support hand tracking, but I really do like this feature because as soon as you place your headset on, you don't have to have your touch controllers on you. If you just want to quickly go on the web browser, on the Oculus Quest apps, just go on web browser. And here you could basically not just add additional tabs, kind of like having 3 monitors, but you could freely browse the whole internet. You could play videos.
This video is sponsored by...
Basically control everything like so. And it gets even trippier, especially if you go into the environment tab, which is the next tip right here, is personalize your device. So if you go to the environment, the virtual environment, you have the choice of bubbles, the classic home. This was originally on the Quest 1. This one, space station, logs. But the most interesting one is the pass-through mode. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead and enable this because this is what happened when I enable this while I'm recording. It's just gonna give you a blank screen, but around me is basically, I see my entire environment, exactly like how it looks like on the pass-through mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it back so you guys can feel comfortable. But imagine this general area, but the studio bedroom that I'm in, with a large floating monitor right here playing a video, with other web browsers right here circling around me. And it doesn't just end there. If you want to take it to the next level in terms of personalizing your device, go back in the cog icon and just scroll up to Guardian. You can actually change the boundary color. So right now, the default color is blue and I have it set to purple. So whenever I see these boundary Guardian lines, it has a purple shade. So it's another clever way to really personalize your device. But if you scroll down, there actually are some bookmarked games, as well as websites like YouTube VR that Oculus has bookmarked by default. So let's go ahead and launch this XR Dinosaur. This is a in-web web browser VR game that you could play. Select virtual reality, allow it, and boom, we are in a weird Jurassic Park environment. So this game, I guess we're controlling dinosaurs. And I guess that's the thing. A T-Rex. Why do they look so cute? I guess this is just a way to view these ugly critters. Good Lord. And as you're seeing, the resolution isn't bad. This feels like a dedicated Oculus Quest app game. And then to exit off, just hit exit. And then let's go back and see what other titles we have. Oh, it gives us more information. So it's different depending on the game that you're playing. But if we go back, let's see if I can find an actual fun game. Let's go with this one. Hit VR, allow. There we go. All right, let's play this on easy. Hopefully I don't get copyright striked. So yeah, we're literally in VR and I guess I'm playing a piano. Oh my God. I'm probably gonna talk over this because I don't want to be copyright claimed. But you get the whole idea. Now let's get out of here before something bad happens. But yeah, you can play some in VR games. If you know a certain URL, you can just enter it right there. If you go on Google and type in VR web browser based games. Now, in case you weren't aware, anything that the Oculus Quest can see, excluding copyright content like Netflix and such, you could basically cast everything on this headset to a Chromecast or any mobile device with the Oculus Quest app installed, as long as you're logged into it. Which means if you have a friend or somebody using the Oculus Quest for the first time, you could cast it on your mobile device and you could help your buddy out in walking them through the game or menu. And in addition to that, there's additional settings in these applications as well, where you can actually launch some of these apps in case they're having a hard time navigating on the Oculus Quest menu. But real quick, since I recently did pick up the new Chromecast Google TV stick, I could conclude that the Oculus Quest 2 as well as the Oculus Quest 1 are both compatible to be cast on that newer Chromecast device. Now, quick pro tip, in case you are feeling motion sickness, you're not as experienced in VR, maybe this is your first VR experience and your body isn't yet adjusted to it yet, simply by placing a fan next to you will actually help eliminate that motion sickness feel. But if you're still experiencing some motion sickness, if you're playing a game that requires you to teleport constantly, if you actually hop into the settings, you might find it easier if you just switch teleportation to the actual walk motion by swapping it between teleport to walk. Majority of games do have this option, so check in the settings. Now, if you do a lot of screen recording or you capture a photo and you want to quickly share it to your friends, well, with Oculus Quest 2, since it is linked to Facebook, you can actually share it via Messenger or post it on your Facebook wall. But if you want to save it to your computer, well, one, if you have installed Sideload already, make sure your device is not in developer mode, and then plug in your Oculus Quest to the PC or Mac. If you're using a PC, you could quickly just find the photos and videos by just going into your computer and navigating to this folder. Here's where you can find the videos, and then this one is where you can find the photos. Now on Mac, you are required to download the Android file manager, which is free to download, and I'll have a link in the video description down below. But same process, open up these folders until you get to this folder. This is where you'll find your recorded videos, and then this one is where you'll find the screenshot to be taken. But now let's say you want to take a screenshot, but you don't want to actually launch the Oculus menu to do so. There actually is a nifty shortcut that a lot of people seem to accidentally forget, that you could toggle on the Oculus Quest controller without having to go on the menu. While holding the home button, press the trigger button, and this will take a screenshot, just like so. Now this method only works for screenshots, not recording unfortunately. That you still have to go manually tap record. Now yes, new this year for the Quest 2 is now you can actually pair external Bluetooth headphones. So in the cog icon, just go in here, go to experimental features, and you'll see Bluetooth pairing. Tap pair, and just put your device in Bluetooth Discover mode and just connect like so. But this feature isn't 100% stable. I've noticed there's a couple of times I noticed a massive delay in latency, but not only that, sometimes it will just randomly cut itself off. So hopefully by the time you're watching this video, Oculus resolved and fixed this issue. So hopefully it's fixed by the time you're watching this video. Now, an important thing that I wish I knew from the very beginning is the Oculus Quest return policy. There actually is a return policy. It's very similar to Steam games, where if you purchase a game and you regret it, or maybe the game wasn't as great as you originally thought, as long as you have played less than 2 hours and you're within the 14-day return period, if you launch the app on your mobile device, you can request for a full refund. It's really easy and straightforward. You could do it directly off your mobile device. If you simply just launch your Oculus Quest app, and then in the setting tab, go down to purchase history. You could tap the game, and right here, you could request for a refund. It's literally as easy as that. And just in case you weren't aware, if you move out away from the center and you want to recenter everything, just hold down the Oculus Quest button on the right touch controller. Voice commands is also available for the Quest 2. Very similar to like a virtual voice assistant on your smartphone. You could ask the virtual voice assistant to launch certain apps, ask a general question, and etc. So for voice command, to enable this, just hit the little cog icon, go to quick actions, and literally you find it right here. Tap on this.
Hello. Welcome to Voice Commands. I'll guide you through a quick tutorial on how to use your voice in Oculus. Last step. You can choose if you'd like to store your voice commands.
And basically it'll walk you through everything that there is to know automatically in this tutorial. And you can literally ask it to do stuff like this. Launch Beat Saber.
Okay, opening Beat Saber.
Saves you the time and hassle from actually looking through your app library. Now if you are playing the VR headset in a warehouse space environment, literally nothing around you, and you're indoors, there actually is a cool way you could turn off the Guardian. Go to the gear icon and go right below in the developer tab. Right here you have the setting to enable or disable Guardian. Now just accept that if you bump into something, it's your fault. But yeah, Guardian is 100% disabled, so if you have the space, this is what you need to do to get the most out of the virtual reality experience. And if I had the space, I could literally walk way over there if I wanted to. It's really trippy. I only done it one time, it was amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on because I don't wanna break my VR headset or hurt myself. Now, if you're feeling risky, a real true rebel, and you really don't care if you throw or break your controllers, this little part right here that wraps around your wrist, you could actually remove it for a slim minimum look. I don't endorse removing it, but for whatever said reason you don't want these, don't cut them off. They literally just disattach like so. All right, now time to talk about backing up your files as well as transferring your backups to a new headset. In order to do this, you do need to install sideload/sidequest, which is the same thing, just for some reason people call them those two things. There's millions of tutorial videos on YouTube how to do this. I'll have my recommended tutorial from this content creator in the video description down below, but it's really easy and straightforward. Once you have it installed, now the first time when you plug in your VR headset to the PC, make sure you have the headset back on because you are going to be required to allow the headset to trust that computer for to transfer the files. And on the top right corner right here, tap on this icon. And right here, just click on backup. Allow it to do its thing. You can check the progress by clicking here, and depending on how many files and games you have installed, this is where you can actually see the progress. Now, not everything will be backed up properly, and I'll explain more in a little bit, but this may take several minutes. But once done, on your new Oculus Quest 2, try to download as all of the original games you had previously installed on your Oculus Quest 1. So while Quest 1 was backing up, at the same time, make sure you download all your favorite games. Once done, just simply unplug the Quest 1 from the computer, and then go ahead and plug in the Quest 2. Make sure developer mode is enabled That's the only way side quests can communicate with the VR headset. Then put on the Quest 2, give it permission. When this is green, simply repeat the same process, click on this icon, but instead of backing up, make sure you switch it to restore. Once you do that, on the very bottom, tap run. The process may take several minutes and not everything is going to be backed up properly, as there's a couple of games that doesn't support this, like Trover Save the Universe. Unfortunately, you're going to have to replay a bunch of those missions because for some reason that game doesn't allow backups to be created, and some other titles may be very similar. But all the important games like Beat Saber, Star Wars, Vacation Simulator, Pistol Whip, 70% of those popular titles do support this, so not everything is lost. And then once it's done restoring everything, you could tap the retry fail option in case you got a few of these messages, but the majority of the time it's just because the hardware doesn't support some of those older files. But once you do that, just unplug it and go ahead and relaunch some of your favorite games, and you'll find that some of these did get restored, so not everything is lost. Now I hope in the near future Oculus better improves this, but at the time of making this video, this is the only way to restore your backup files. But besides that, that's basically all the important tips and tricks that I wanted to share with everybody who happens to also own the Quest 2. Make sure you are subscribed because I got some exclusive accessories I like to show you guys that nobody else has ever covered yet. Trust me, you won't regret it. Now, if you too wear prescription glasses, go ahead and watch this video over there, as those lens adapters actually are compatible even on the Quest 2. But I'm gonna make an updated video soon, so don't worry. And then this video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Feel free to watch either or. Again, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.